smart metering stocks. But what is in focus though is the telecom spectrum auctions, and the government is all set to auction 8 telecom spectrum bands from the 20th of May, and just a few days earlier they invited a NIA, notice inviting applications. Reema, what do you have for us?
Well, first let's just give our viewers the details of the upcoming auction. Now, spectrum worth nearly $11.5 billion or 96,300 crores would be auctioned from 20th of May 2024. So that's the date, 20th May 2024, and at the reserve price, the total amount which is on offer is about 96,300 crore. The quantum of spectrum is about 10,000 megahertz or 10 gigahertz, and this will be auctioned in 8 bands. Okay, there is no 700 or 600 megahertz of band, which is sub gigahertz, which will be auctioned this time around. The reserve price, which is the minimum amount at which you have to bid, is largely unchanged. It's unchanged, in fact, for 800, 900, 2300 and the 2500 megahertz. And there is a very marginal single-digit kind of increase seen in the 2100 at about a 10 to 12% for the other bands. So these are the large details. About $11.6 billion is on offer, and from the 20th of May this time.
20th of May, so it's almost another 2 months from now is the auction. So
yeah.
What are brokerages?
So before that, you've got mock auctions, etc. So which is why it takes its own time.
So what are brokerages saying on this upcoming spectrum auction?
Well, so in the past, if you remember, spectrum auctions were the time when telcos spent big and the government raked in a lot of money. The last auction was in 2022, August of 2022, when the telcos spent 1.5 lakh crore. Right? There was overbidding which took place. But this time, you can expect a very limited participation or muted. The reason is the two big guys, Bharti and Reliance Jio, have already completed their 5G rollout. So the 2022 auction was largely to acquire spectrum for 5G. But now 5G has played out, so they don't need too much spectrum for their 5G needs. So that's reason number one. Secondly, according to Jefferies, telcos also have a lot of spectrum which is unutilized. Right? So this time, the bidding will only be for in circles where their license is going to expire. So for Bharti and Vodafone Idea, licenses are going to expire in certain circles. So for Bharti Airtel, it's just about 42 megahertz, which will be expiring. For Vodafone Idea, it's 12 megahertz. And to put those numbers in context, the total amount which is on offer, I told you, is 10,000 crore plus. Right? So in that, only 42 megahertz for Bharti and 12 megahertz for Vodafone Idea is coming up for renewal, where maybe Bharti Airtel and Vodafone Idea could be interested in participating. Reliance Jio does not have any licenses which are coming up for spectrum. So there is no pressing need for the telcos to come out and bid big. Now, if the telcos just purely go ahead and acquire where their spectrum is going to expire, the licenses, then according to Kotak Institutional Equities, Bharti could be spending 3,800 crore rupees, while Vodafone Idea could be spending about 1,500 crore rupees. Again, that's very paltry, right? You remember the last spectrum auction was 1.5 lakh crore, and here we're talking about 5,000-6,000 crore, which could be bid by Bharti and Vodafone Idea. Jefferies says on the whole, they expect the demand to be limited to 0.5 to $2 billion. So at the max, 16,000 crore rupees. The absence of 700 megahertz should allay concerns about overspending by Bharti Airtel. Bharti could be spending a little more. According to them, about 0.5 to $1.5 billion could come in from Bharti Airtel per se. But in a nutshell, I think it's going to be very muted this time because there is no 5G related spectrum auction which the telcos have to do. It could be related to the amount that they need to acquire for their licenses expiring.
All eyes would, I guess, be on Vodafone Idea, since both Bharti and Jio have already completed their 5G rollout.
But before that, Vodafone Idea needs to complete its fundraise, right? Exactly. So it starts with Vodafone Idea completing that fundraise and then betting big on that spectrum auction. But 20th May is the day.
Indeed, and we'll keep an eye out on all of these stocks, and Vodafone Idea certainly the one to watch out for in these upcoming spectrum auctions. But moving back to the...
Thank you for watching CNBC TV18. For all our top stories and news updates, follow us on our social media platforms.